Is it too late to start making cooking videos in 2023? I don't think so. I'm gonna give you some examples of some new creators who are able to make a living posting food videos on YouTube and social media, as well as some up-and-comers. And then I'm gonna give you 4 tips for quickly growing if you're just starting out. First up is my homegirl Lisa Nguyen. She started her channel in 2020 and is already at 4.2 million subs on YouTube, 3 million on TikTok, and 178K on Instagram. And she's not a professionally trained cook. She's literally posting videos of herself learning how to cook, and a lot of the dishes that she's sharing were her first time making them. And she also shows her mistakes and even creates follow-up videos trying to redo the recipe better the second time around. She also does an amazing job of sharing stories over her cooking content. Sometimes it has something to do with her recipe, and sometimes it doesn't. I've learned a lot from her, and I've applied those things to my own content and seen tons of success. Tina, aka Doobydobap, started her channel in February of 2020, but when I scrolled to her very first long-form cooking video on YouTube, she didn't post until February 18th, 2021. She's sitting at 3 million subs on YouTube, 3.5 mil on TikTok, and almost 900K on Instagram. She's an amazing home cook that shares not only her cooking, but also what's going on in her life in her videos. She incorporates food in her blogs and has become so successful that she's opening a freaking restaurant, which you can literally watch her do on her videos on YouTube. If you're an insecure male, you're probably thinking, well, it's easy for cute girls because anyone will watch anything they post online. Well, first of all, that's very discrediting to all of their hard work that it takes to create videos and do it consistently. Second of all, I feel you. So here's an example of an old Chinese man who just hit 1 million. Made with Lao posted their first cooking video in September 2020 and has been consistently sharing classic Chinese recipes ever since. 1 million on YouTube, 452K on TikTok, and 221K on Instagram. Daddy Lao has over 50 years of experience as a chef, and he teamed up with his son Randy to not only share amazing Chinese food, but also build a legacy, an archive of recipes, stories, life lessons, and the Chinese culture that shaped them. I'm a personal friend with Randy, and we text each other almost daily. I super look up to him and his family for what they've created, and I truly believe that his channel and the Made with Lao brand is like peak potential, or the example of what's possible creating cooking videos and putting them on the internet. You have to check them out. So you might be thinking, oh yeah, all these people got millions of subs, and I can't even process or relate to that kind of growth. Like, show me something more realistic. Well, first of all, this is real, and you can do this, but I'll give you a few more examples. At the end of 2022, I asked my Cooking Creators Facebook group, which I think you should join, link in the description, who hit 1,000 plus subscribers this year. Here's a quick fire of the people who responded. I have a link to all of their channels in the description if you want to check them out and analyze their channels and their content. So before I jump into the 4 tips, there's your social proof though that it's not too late. New creators are starting and already making income. According to TubeFilter, 200 million people are earning money from digital content creation right now. And subscriber count doesn't honestly even matter, kind of. I was able to go full-time in 2021 by making cooking content other brands posted on their social media channels. I didn't even have to post these videos. They didn't hire me for my following count because I didn't have one. They paid me for my ability to film myself cooking and edit it into a video for them to use for marketing. They hired me because of the quality of my cooking videos. And that's literally what I'm teaching on this channel and in my courses, how to make professional looking cooking videos that make income. I got links in the description for all of that stuff, and also consider becoming a channel member to help support me as a creator so I can make more content like this for you. Okay, so if you're just starting out, here is what I would recommend to do if you want to grow quickly. Number 1 is going to be make short form vertical videos. Right now, YouTube's algorithm is really pushing shorts, and I get way more views in less time with my shorts than I do in my long form videos. I also convert way more subscribers with my shorts than I do with long form. For example, my long form birria tacos recipe has been online for over a year now, and so far it has 40K views and gained over 750 subs. Pretty good. My YouTube short titled "I Officially Own a Wok" got 10 million views, which led to over 10,000 subs. And if we look at the subscriber graph a little closer, we can see that it only took 15 days for this to hit almost 2,000 subs from this one video. And what's dope about shorts is that you can repost these same exact videos on Instagram and TikTok. And honestly, shorts are just way easier to shoot and edit. It's the least amount of friction to just get started. And there's ways that you can pull like 5 to 8 shorts out of a single recipe, but I'll have to save that for another video. Tip number 2 is gonna be make recipes that people are actually searching for. YouTube is a search engine. It's the second largest search engine in the world after Google, and it's owned by Google. So what that means is that people are typing search terms into the search bar to solve a problem. When it comes to food problems, they are looking for recipes or how to do a specific cooking technique. So ideally, you want to make video solutions to these problems. I use a tool called TubeBuddy to help me find out who searches for what, and I got a 20% discount code in the description. So you might be thinking, well, it's hard to compete with all of the other popular recipes or creators on the platform. There's like 1,000 pages of chocolate chip cookie recipes. Well, you don't necessarily need to be the first to pop up in search. You can also get recommended by YouTube next to or even right after someone watches these popular ranked videos. The 2 things that you really need to nail are my last 2 tips, which is number 3, you gotta nail the thumbnail. You could have the best video in the world, but if you can't get someone to click on the thumbnail to watch that video, then it's not gonna matter. If you scrub back and look at all of the channels that I mentioned earlier in this video, you'll notice that they all have amazing thumbnails. If you want to think that you're competing with other videos, you're really competing with other thumbnails first. Try and YouTube search for the recipe that you're about to make. Those top 5 thumbnails is what you're up against. People are going to click on the most delicious looking photo that makes them want to make that dish. Before you even film your recipe or shoot your thumbnail photo, I'd recommend just doing a simple Pinterest or Google image search of the recipe. There's gonna be a ton of great photos that you can look at and use them for inspiration when plating and styling your dish for your thumbnail photo. I've even just updated thumbnails on my older videos that have been up for over a year with a better photo, and I've seen them almost instantly increase in views. These videos went from like 10 to 20 views a day to like 2,000 views a day. Tip number 4 is gonna be to just get to the point. If you're able to get someone to click on your thumbnail, the next thing that you need to do is get them to watch as much of that video as possible. Aside from click-through rate, the other analytic that YouTube is looking at when judging if your video is good enough to recommend to other people to watch is going to be AVD, or audience retention. They even care how many people are staying and watching the first 30 seconds. So skip the corny animated video intros and long-winded life stories and just get to the recipe. I got a whole other video talking about video structure and scripting, and I'll link that in the description. My biggest regret when I first started was honestly not starting sooner. I researched and planned for 3 years before I shot my first YouTube style video. And it literally took a pandemic for me to really get started. So just don't wait. Don't wait till you get a new camera. You can use your phone. And I have a ton of videos on my channel on exactly how to do that. You don't gotta wait till you're comfortable on camera. There's no excuses. You can post cooking videos without showing your face or even talking. And don't worry about how good the editing is or the quality of your production. Your videos are gonna be absolute trash in the beginning. But the more videos you make, the more experience you'll gain. The more you're gonna learn and start to understand what goes into the process of filming yourself cooking. After a few, you'll learn the camera settings and you can adjust things much faster. You'll automatically know the best spots to place your camera in your kitchen for those perfect angles and nail all those shots. The more videos you edit, the more you'll start to understand what footage you need to capture, and honestly, what footage you don't need to capture. This is gonna make filming easier and more efficient because now you're not filming the stuff that you don't even use in your videos. And now editing is gonna be faster because you're not sifting through as much footage and you only captured the good stuff to use. And the sooner that you start making videos, the sooner that you're gonna learn all of this, and the better that you're gonna get, and the faster that you're gonna get, and the more that you're gonna post, and the faster that you're gonna grow. You just gotta quit fucking bullshitting and just start.